Anyone who spends a lot of time in the art world, as I do, becomes aware that there's a certain, I wouldn't want to say criminal element, certainly a racy element to the art world. Well, SoHo Sins is, first of all, of course, the story of a murder. In this case specifically, the murder of a collector's wife. The collector's name is Philip Oliver. He founded a high-tech company, and he feels himself responsible for his wife's death to the degree that he confesses to the crime. He stumbles into the police station and says to them, "Hello, my name is Philip Oliver, and I believe I murdered my wife." Well, it's the ambiguity of that "I believe" that is at the heart of the story. Because his best friend, Jackson Wyeth, a SoHo dealer, believes that Philip is in fact innocent. And in order to try to save Philip from himself, he brings in an old friend of his, a former Marine, former NYPD homicide detective named Edward Hogan. And immediately then they launch into the SoHo downtown art scene. They find themselves in MoMA, they find themselves, or Jack at least finds himself abroad at the Basel Art Fair, so that over time we see a complete cross-section of the contemporary art world. There are many suspects, almost all of them artists. So I decided to use the hard-boiled detective form, and specifically the noir form, which is the darkest of all possible crime genres. To me, one of the more interesting elements of the book is that in the midst of all this darkness, there's room for humor, a lot of humor from my point of view. First of all, the book is largely a satire on the contemporary art world. So I'm very fond of this sort of old 19th century notion that books should have morals. No one ever asks that question anymore. What is the moral of this story? Well, I think that SoHo Sins has a moral. Knowing why people kill is the beginning of wisdom.